Hello, everyone. I am the All Seeing I'm with a general message here for the collective. There's someone around you, someone in your energy that's not being completely forthright. They may be keeping things from you, keeping their thoughts from you, keeping their feelings hidden. They may not want to say what it is that they're actually doing or how they're moving. Could be a mystery to you right now. There's a lot that you're not seeing, I feel, that you're kind of oblivious to. And we know that sometimes you're happier when you're oblivious and when you don't know what's going on. But you have someone around you that may be trying to get away with something. They could be sneaky, just trying to fly under the radar, I'm hearing. See what else comes out. This could be an energy that comes in hot. They may be very adventurous. They may seem very goal-oriented, very determined and driven toward a certain objective. They have a lot of passion. And they move with haste. So they're not slow to act. In fact, it's the opposite. They are quick to act and spontaneous in some sense, of maybe even impulsive. Excuse me. The Eight of Wands is here. There could be communication coming in from this person. I'm not sure if you've been speaking to them or there's been some degree of silence in the connection where you two are not connecting as usual. Perhaps there is something going on that they're not telling you. I don't feel like their energy has slowed though. Like they're still moving through life, and maybe it's, you know, the kind of energy where you just kind of have to keep pushing, but it doesn't necessarily feel like that forward movement is inspired by anything but action. So they may be slow to communicate with you, but not necessarily slow moving in the way that they act or approach things. But it feels like there's communication coming in with this person with the Eight of Wands. There will be some type of opening up happening where communication may be fast. So expect a call. Perhaps that person has a lot to say. And if there has been absence in the connection, you know, they may have, you know, a lot may have happened in that time frame. So they may have a lot to share. It just feels like rapid messages. So, you know, like just an influx of messages. This could be a person that has reached a certain level of stability and security now. They may have come into some money. Perhaps they've gotten another position within their job that makes them more money, or they're doing something that is making them a profit. I feel like this person's security is very important to them. See what else comes out. Excuse me. However, there is an indication here with the Five of Pentacles that someone feels left out in the cold. They feel abandoned. by this person, by this connection somehow. You know, you may be used to a very spontaneous kind of person who likes to do things, you know, so maybe they would reach out to make plans on a whim. You know, things may not have been planned all the time with this person and their energy. I feel like now they may be in a position where it's like they can kind of relax and chill more, because they may have achieved a certain goal that has put them in a position of being able to invest more of what they have into themselves, into their lives, and possibly even into the relationship. But that doesn't take away from the energy here of someone feeling left out. You know, this person may have gone on about their life to go after some particular goals of theirs, and maybe they didn't communicate with that to you. They may not have been, you know, and with the Seven of Swords being the first card out, there's an energy of silence and a lack of communication and things being hidden and not as open as they may have once been. They may want to work with you now, come together with you. You know, you two may have your share of differences, maybe opposites in the way that you work, in the way that you do things, and what you have to bring to the table with the Three of Pentacles. There's an energy of a desire to collaborate and kind of bring what the two of you have together to make something even bigger and to make something more profitable. You may have certain skills or knowledge that they don't have, and vice versa. So you two coming together, you know, maybe that's something that they want to talk about, a desire to collaborate. Justice is here, so I feel like there's definitely a commitment to the truth here, a desire to know what's really going on, for anything hidden to be exposed, for anything that is in the dark to be revealed, for a light to be shined on things, and for there to be a emphasis on truth. With the Justice card, I feel like truth is what is needed here. Just knowing whatever is being kept from you. Perhaps you need some kind of explanation as to why this person disappeared from your life. You know, if they had other things going on, why could they not communicate that to you and just be honest about what was happening, even without revealing it all, if they didn't feel comfortable, you know, sharing every detail. You know, I think that you knowing something is better than, you know, nothing at all when it comes to this person and this connection, because you do care about the person, and, you know, it's not just a connection that doesn't matter to you and that is replaceable. You know, I feel like you've been worried, feeling like you're fighting this battle against others, also whatever your circumstances are. Perhaps there's people around you that aren't being supportive. They may not be encouraging you to do better. They may not care how you fare, you know. Maybe they wish you well but don't mean it. I mean, the Seven of Wands talks about defending yourself, but being in a position to do that. So you're, you know, fighting the good fight by defending your motives, defending your actions, and defending what's important and what matters to you most. There's a desire for equality here in the connection with the Six of Pentacles. So this person may want to come in and have, you know, something to offer if they have, you know, if they are in a position now where they're making more money. Perhaps they want to share their wealth with you. They want to gift you something, or just be there for you as much as they can be. You know, if you are in a position of need right now where you're on the receiving end, you know, they may want to give that to you, or feel like, you know, they're in the position to do it, so they will. I guess the flip side is also true too, because have you been completely transparent with them about how you're feeling and what you're going through, in order to allow them to be there for you? Or maybe that's just what it is, that you're going through, one or the other is going through something deep, something profound, and you know, you may be feeling like you can't really talk to anybody about it. But there's some kind of offer coming in with the Ace of Pentacles here. This can be getting more of someone's time, their attention, their energy. Perhaps, you know, you've been denied that. That's been taken from you. Or you may have never had it, you know, and it's something that you're wanting, something that you're craving. It could also be some kind of material gift, you know, if this person has kept their distance, for example, you know, then maybe they want to come back in with a gift, like, you know, to kind of mend things, to show that they have been thinking about you, to show that they do care. You know, maybe they're the type that their love language is gift giving, so that's how they show love, by the way they receive it best. You know, maybe they're the type of person that values material things. And so that's their way of showing it. And I don't know, you may need to get to know each other a little better. And perhaps, you know, this time around, if there is reconciliation, you know, which it seems like with the Eight of Wands here, and, you know, the communication coming in, there should, you know, the closer you get, the more intimate things become, and the more open I feel you two will be with what you feel, what you want, how you see the relationship progressing, things like that. But there's definitely an offer coming in. This person sees you as incredibly attractive. They look at you as very beautiful. You're as confident as well. You're just in a league of your own. You know, maybe they feel or felt at one point like they didn't deserve you, or that, you know, you were, you looked too good for them, or your life was, you know, you were in a better place than them. They, you know, they could be looking at you, you know, putting you on this pedestal, and just based on the way that you portray yourself, you know, they may think that your life is without struggle, you know, and that you're just doing wonderfully because of the way you carry yourself and the way you present to other people. And I don't feel like it's a force, or it's something that's, you know, you're faking it or whatever. It just, I don't know, part of it may be your defense mechanism. Maybe you're just like, you always look put together, you know, even if under the surface you're falling apart, or things are falling apart in your life. But there is some kind of truth coming in, some type of clarity, perhaps on this separation that has caused you and this person both to feel very imprisoned and trapped by their thoughts. You know, not knowing brings a lot of confusion with the Eight of Swords here. You know, feeling like you can't really move, you can't move on, you can't, you know, move forward because, you know, you don't have the information you need, you know? But it feels like the answers are coming, you know. There's value, you value the truth, and I feel like this person wants to communicate to you why they've been gone, what's transpired since, how they've, you know, maybe elevated in their life or upgraded their position somehow, and they want to share that with you. The elephant in the room may be their absence and why, you know, nothing was communicated sooner if you're in separation currently and there's no contact. But there's an offer coming in, and there's fairness and equality in this connection, where the two of you both bring something to the table. It's not just one or the other. I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards to see what comes out. The dragonfly, lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light and heal. So yeah, things are definitely gonna come to the surface, you know. Whatever was happening behind closed doors or in the dark, something's gonna be revealed that's gonna bring clarity to, you know, much needed clarity to the situation. Paradise is here, happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, and honeymoon phase. So I feel like, you know, once things are addressed and communication happens, you know, there will be happiness in this connection. There will be pure joy, and you guys will feel open enough to, you know, just have a cool kind of connection, cool relationship. Maybe that's how it's always been. The butterfly, evolving or growth, next phase, healing inner child and releasing the past. So, you know, you'll want to move on from whatever happened, you know, and do that quick. You don't want to linger too long in the past. There's nothing there. You know, this connection is going to grow and evolve. Blowing kiss is also here. Unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection, return. So this connection is mutual. This isn't necessarily intended to be a love reading, but that's kind of how it comes off. Like, you may be in a no contact situation with someone that's coming back around to explain their absence, which will bring happiness and peace in the connection, and allow things to really grow and evolve to the next phase and next level. And I think this all comes from, you know, just the truth. What is the truth of the matter? That's at the heart of it, is whatever the truth is, because I feel like with the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you know, it's like there's some unrest here. Like, I don't think anybody's happy or satisfied with there being a disconnect or, you know, no contact. So that will be changing soon enough, and happiness is forecasted here, as well as evolution to a new level, and giving and receiving love. So yeah, you'll be finding out what you need to know soon enough. The truth reigns supreme. Thanks for stopping by. Like, share, subscribe while you're here. Talk soon, guys. Peace.